Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great webinar from CPA Academy. My name is Beryl, and I'll be your moderator for today's webinar, How to Grow Your Accounting Firm to 1 Million and Beyond with New High-Value Clients. I've got our presenter, Salim Omar, here. I'm going to turn things over to him in just a minute. But before we get started, I do want to go through some housekeeping items and do some technical checks to make sure everything is working on your end. First of all, if you don't mind going to the questions tab on your webinar side panel, letting me know you can hear my voice and see the title slide. Feel free to let me know what city you're listening in from. I do always love hearing where in the world you all are tuning in from today. Now, if anyone does have any technical trouble during the webinar, please do let me know in that questions panel. Keep in mind, there are quite a few of you here and only one of me. I'll do my best to get around each of you as quickly as I can. This is also where you're welcome to put in any questions or comments you have today for our presenter. All right, I'm checking in on that questions panel. I can see you all chiming in. Hello to Georgia. We've got Connecticut, Florida, Michigan, Minnesota. All right, fabulous. Now that I know everything is working, let's go through some housekeeping. This webinar qualifies for 1 CPE credit. The way you earn that credit today is fairly straightforward. Just stay logged in for 50 minutes of our 1-hour session and answer the poll questions. We will have a total number of 4 polls during today's webinar, and to earn full credit, you'll need to answer at least 3 of them. Now, if you're on a mobile device, you might need to tap your answer to that poll and then scroll down to find your submit button. And if you do have to log out and log back in for any reason at all, our webinar system will keep track of your total time. I do want to let you know we are recording today's webinar, and the archive along with your credit will be made available in your CPA Academy account. We'll do our best to have that recording and credit available to you in approximately 24 hours following today's session. I also do want to recommend that you download today's presentation materials, which you'll find in the Control Panel's Handouts tab. All right, that is all from me. We're all set. I'm going to go ahead and step aside and welcome our presenter. Salim, the attendees are ready, and the floor is all yours.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Beryl. Hello, everyone. Salim Omar here, and looking forward to the next hour. The title is How to Grow Your Accounting Firm to 1 Million and Beyond with New High-Value Clients. I'm super excited. Got a lot to share with you guys, but I'd love to start off and talk and really get your feedback. What are you most excited to get out of today's session, to get out of this online training? So take a moment, if you can, please, and type in the questions pane, what's the one thing, the 2 things, the 3 things you'd love to get from today's session? I'm going to take a peek at that. Every so often, I want this to be interactive, right? So you get them, it's not only you learning stuff, new things, but it's also an enjoyable experience as well. So I want to kind of try and do that. And I get excited and enjoy this when it's interactive. So kind of, all along I'll be asking you, be as interactive as you can. We'll get the most from this. And loves to see people from all parts of the country, more from the East Coast. Pennsylvania, Chicago, Atlanta, Florida, I saw Venice, I saw South Jersey, Philadelphia. That's awesome. Great. Yeah, take a moment, folks, to kind of share. What are you most excited to get out of today's training? And I'll proceed on, but I want to hear from you as well. So tax season ended, right? 2023 tax season ended. We are a couple months right after, actually just, a month and a half. And it's important to build a post-tax season plan. And the reason it's important to have a plan for the rest of the year is because you don't want to get into having a good tax season where you had a cash surplus and you did a lot of work, you produced a lot of work, right? There was a lot of tax returns you turned around and all that. It led to your bank balance going up. And that's great, it's a cash surplus, but we want you don't want to go from a cash surplus to a cash deficit. And the way to do that, and this is what I really love about our profession, about our industry, is that, we have MRR. MRR stands for monthly recurring revenues. We have clients that pay us monthly recurring revenues, business clients. when we're providing them with accounting, tax services, and so forth, right? Monthly recurring revenues is what results in having a cash surplus throughout the year. That's a healthy business. That's a healthy accounting firm, is when you do that, right? So I want to show you how to do that, how to build and sustain and grow that cash surplus that you built during tax season. Is everybody with me? Yeah, and kind of give me a thumbs up or a yes or something in the questions pane, so that I know that you're kind of following along. Now here's something that I'll kind of be referring to this every throughout the presentation. It's the practice flow system. It's what I've implemented in my own CPF firm, and then I've helped others implement it in theirs. And there are essentially three areas that you want to pay attention to grow an accounting firm. To have an accounting firm that is a lifestyle practice that allows you to live a life, that allows you to have work-life balance. So the three areas are client flow. We want to have client growth with the right clients. So we want to have client flow. And when we have client flow and we have a team flow, when we've got the right team in place to handle the work, and we've got systems flow, where there's systems, standard operating procedures, workflows, and when we have that, and the three things combined result in a lifestyle accounting firm that gives you the freedom to work when you want, the types of clients you want to work with. It gives you the highest income, and it allows you to make a difference for your clients. It allows you to have an impact with your clients. That's to me, that's what the lifestyle practice is. So it's really paying attention to these three areas, and I'm going to touch on these three areas throughout this session, right? And we'll start off with client flow and so forth. But the practice flow system has been transformative for me, in the years that I've been, a CPA practitioner. So we've got 4 polling questions. Here's our first one.
All right, let me go ahead and launch that first polling question. Question is, the practice flow system combines, and you'll see those answer choices listed. We'll have about 1 minute for you to answer each polling question. And as long as you answer 3 of the 4 questions and are logged in for 50 minutes today, you'll earn full CPE credit. And Salim, it looks like to your first question that you posed, some of our attendees are looking for new insight and growth today and some good information.
Cool. Nice. Lots of yeses there as well.
All right, thanks so much for voting in on this poll. We'll leave this open for just a few more seconds. All right, I'll be closing down polling question number 1 in 3, 2, and 1. Sharing out those results. It looks like 72% of the audience saying client growth, high performing team, and streamlined operations. Back to you.
Awesome. Yeah, and the answer is B, right? The practice flow system combines client growth, bringing in the clients. It combines high performing team, so you're not behind the desk doing all the work, and then streamline operations with systems in place. So B as in boy, that is the right answer here. All right, moving on. LVC, who knows what LVC stands for? It stands for low value clients. Low value clients are when we are taking anyone that is coming in. And when we're doing that and we fill up our practice with low value clients, it results in poor cash flow, no money to invest in a good team, long hours, burnout, working with pain in the neck clients, low profits, and never reaching your revenue goals. And the prescription's high value clients, right? The high value clients are the total opposite. You've got good cash flow, right? Remember I talked about cash surplus. That's cash surplus. You've got money to invest in a good team. You've got money to actually invest in your accounting firm to make it bigger and better. You've got good work-life balance. It's enjoyable because you have a life and clients appreciate you. you got a high net profit, and you're reaching your revenue goals. So high value clients, folks, you don't need all that many. You don't need all that many high value clients to get to $1 million right there in front of you. 67 business clients at $15,000. These are revenues of $1 million, net profit of $500,000. Double that, 134 business clients at 15,000, revenues of 2 million, and net profit of $1 million. 67, folks, not 150, not 250, not 500, right? Trying to manage so many different relationships and providing value and so forth, running around, chasing, there's, getting paperwork, like the whole thing can be very chaotic, right? High value clients, a few of them can make a big difference. So here's what we are going to cover, and there's quite a bit to cover in a short amount of time. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go as fast as I can, and so that we can cover as much as we can, so you get really good value from our time together. Number one is creating an auto lead generating system that brings in new leads. I'll share with you my client conversion system. So when you're sitting in front of meeting a prospect, how do you convert them into a well-paying client that's going to pay you a high fee? How to build authority and command higher fees as the top CPA in your marketplace. Identify what high clients want. What do they expect from their accounting firm? We'll talk about that. And then how to package your services to deliver that. And then how to get more referrals and 5-star Google reviews. All right, very quickly about me. I see lots of new faces, which is great. There's a few hundred people that registered here. I recognize a few faces, but there were many that I did not. So very quickly about me, I own a practice just like you. It's called straighttalkcpas.com. You can go and check it out. I've been in practice for quite a while, 26 years. I struggled when I started my firm. LVC, low value clients, I had lots of them. I had cash flow issues, long hours, and a staffing problem. I became a student of business, created a lifestyle, profitable 14-person practice. Most of last year, I traveled the world. And the key is the practice flow system, right? Remember, client flow, team flow, systems flow, combining these three, paying attention to these three, implementing these three in your firm. And what I do now, in addition to owning my firm, is helping fellow practitioners transform their practice. And that's what I do through this company called cpamarketinggenius.com. So I love helping my colleagues kind of get their game to the next level. And I continue owning my practice. I decided not to sell it because that's the place where I test stuff. This is kind of, where I get to roll up my sleeves and actually see things working. So I'm not like a mentor or a coach to CPAs, and I'm actually doing it, right? So I'm really I want to bring practical experience of stuff that I'm actually doing in my own firm, and you'll hear from me with different things at different times today. Examples from my own firm. By the way, towards the end of the end, we'll be referring 2 copies of my book, and I'll share with you kind of towards the end. So hang in there. With that world tour, that's me last year doing the world tour stuff. Worked with lots of firm owners, but I want to start off with sharing with you the impact this stuff that I'm sharing with you can have. And his name is John, and I'm going to give you a case study of how John tripled his income in 11 months. Right? This was a before that you see on the screen on the left. This is kind of where John was 11 months back. 200 personal tax returns, averaging $400, 75 business returns, other income, his revenues was 400, his net income was 115,000. This was the before. He did not have enough money to hire a manager. He was working 50 to 80-hour weeks, sometimes even longer during tax season. It was a grind for him. He was getting stressed. He had high levels of stress and burnout. After 11 months, using the same strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you here, 200 personal returns, small tweak in his fees, 400 to 450, 75 business returns at 50, 200, 22 high value clients that he signed up at 12.5 that generated total revenues of $800,000. the bottom line. So not only did his top revenues double, his net income tripled times 3. They were at 374,000. Now he's got the money to hire a mid-manager who can kind of run the day-to-day operation. He's working 40 to 50 hours per week. John likes to work. So that's the average per, throughout the year. He's enjoying his work. He's got good work-life balance. And now I'm going to get into kind of, I'll start digging in of what are some of the things that you want to do when it comes to building client flow and bringing in the right clients. And then we'll talk about, just the practice flow system, right? It's got the 3 areas. We're going to start off with client flow. And I call it the authority snowball effect. So there are quick 2 ways that you want to stand out. I see out has got 2 T's there, typo. So 2 ways to stand out and get noticed and begin attracting pre-sold high-value clients fast. Number 1 is your website. Your website is super important. It is the first place when someone's going to go, even if they're from a referral. They're going to search Google for your name. They're going to visit your website before they ever contact you. Like, this is even a referral. This is not going to contact your firm. They're going to go to Google. They're going to look at your website. Very few people are going to call blind without going to your website first. So it is your website is your most important marketing asset. So it must convey trust. It should become your "You Had Me at Hello," the Jerry Maguire movie. I stole it from there, right? You had me at hello. Right? So when they come on the website, you want to capture them. You want to capture them. You want to capture their attention. You want them to stay there. You want them to go from a cold introduction to them getting warmer and building trust with you to the place where they're scheduling a meeting and you're signing them up as a client. Just some quick comments from people that went into Straight Talk's website and saying, "I went through your website, I'm impressed, would like to see if we can work together. This is exactly the type of firm I've been searching for. You have quite an operation. I'm glad I found you guys. I know I can trust you. I'm excited, let's get started." So these are prospective clients that came on Straight Talk, my firm's website. And before when we met with them to see if they're the right fit and so forth, and I'll talk about that, how to conduct that call, they were pre-sold. You don't have to do the heavy lifting work when you're meeting with them, because then we get into selling and we get into a salesperson role. I don't know anyone here who likes that role. I hate it. I want people to be pre-sold when I'm meeting with them and we're looking at fit. I'm not trying to sell the services, right? That's not great positioning. So the website has the power of doing that. And these are just a few examples, but I want to kind of go deeper and give you, we've developed a 12-point checklist, and this you can use it for your own firm, for your own website, right? You want to have 12 things, 12 points on your website. And there are many, there are like 100, but these are the 12 most important ones. And I want to point what they are. And I'm going to just, in the interest of time, I'm going to share with you like 6 of them, if that's all right. Yeah, I'm just going to go to my website, the homepage of my website, and I'll point out to you what those are. And then I'll give you an opportunity to self-test yourself to see where your website is at, right? So here's the 12-point checklist. The light green is the ones that I'm going to point out to you. So first we'll do headline. We want to make sure that your homepage has a headline. So if somebody comes in, that is the first thing you want them to see. And that headline is extremely important because it is the first thing you want to connect with them right when they see that headline. Purpose of the headline is for them to then look at the subheadline. The purpose of the subheadline is you want them to read the first paragraph and so forth. So it's one step at a time, but we start off with the headline. We want to have a primary call to action, we want to make it easy, then struggles and results. So let me go to the website right here. So this is Straight Talk CPA's homepage, and I took a screenshot page of the website for illustrative purposes to show you kind of what I'm referring to when it comes to the headline. You guys can see the headline? It's virtual CPA services that help entrepreneurial businesses thrive. So that's the headline. You want to have a headline that somebody coming in and they get it, right? They come on the website and they see it and they get it. All right, this is a CPA firm. They provide virtual CPA services that helps entrepreneurial businesses thrive. The next is a call to action. You guys can see the call to action. Like what do you want them to do? And you want to make it easy for them to reach out to you, right? So the call to action is schedule a free strategy session. So we have one right there on the top, and then we have a floating one at the bottom right. You guys can see that, the free consultation, right? To make it easy for them to reach out to you. Then we have let me go to the list to make sure that I just want to kind of use the same thing. Struggles and results. So what are the struggles? Do you struggle with paying too much in taxes, stagnant profits, feeling overworked and underpaid, wasting too much time on accounting and financial issues, scaling your business to the next level, lack of systems and processes, finding the right accounting firm, declining or stagnant business value, right? Do you struggle with? So I want to connect with the prospective business owner with things. The reason they are on this website is there's something lacking, something's not going right, and that's why they're reaching out to you. That's why they are on your website, right? And you want to continue that conversation. You want to continue what's in their mind, and so you want to have a section where this is, do you struggle with, and then you want to give them the results when they work with Straight Talk, when they work with your firm. The three things that they'll get, and that's the stuff here, right where my picture is. You can see increased profits and business value under the blue button, minimize taxes, eliminate accounting and financial headaches. So I want to kind of bring it down to three big benefits they get when they work with your firm. So then we talked about headline, primary call to action, struggles, problems, three outcomes, what they get, the benefits. Now we'll talk about unique approach, social proof, and next steps. I'll give you some examples there. So unique approach, what makes your firm different than everyone else's? What's your secret sauce? What makes you stand out? What makes you different? Why would somebody work with you as opposed to any other firm? So we need to create and articulate what makes you different. And so we've done that here with Straight Talk Secret Sauce, and we've created an infographic, the Straight Talk Trifecta, which combines three things. And of course, I won't go into too much detail here, but it's our secret sauce, right? We need to do that for you. What makes you different and unique? And we're looking to attract the right clients. We're looking to attract high value clients. We don't want to be there for everyone, because then we're there for no one, right? We want to become very clear about who do we want to attract, and then have that messaging, our secret sauce, that speaks to a business owner that wants real-time financial data, who wants forward-looking advice, who wants a firm that's going to be focused on them, right? So that's our secret sauce. And then the other thing on the checklist was social proof, and social proof means testimonials. What are other clients? What are other professionals? What's their experience been like working with your firm? So we have three of those right on the homepage, and then many more. But this is just like on the homepage, right? Towards the bottom of the homepage, we've got the testimonials, the social proof, and then the next steps. What is the next step that you want people to take, and what do they get when they schedule that strategy session? And so you want to make it visible. You want to be transparent here, because the prospects got all the skepticism and they're not sure, and they think they'll get eaten up by a monster when they schedule the strategy session. So you just want to tell them what are the simple steps. Book a free consultation. Step 2, get to know each other. Number 3, agree on the perfect services package. Number 4, celebrate your success, right? 4 simple steps to get started. Prospect sees it and say, all right, makes sense. This is, they get it, right? So you want to have your next steps in your website. All right. So now's the opportunity for you to self-test yourself. No right or wrong answers, folks. It's what you believe to be true for your firm. So pull up your firm on your screen if you have a double screen or a triple screen, and look at the 12-point checklist and say, all right, do I have a headline? Do I have a call to action? Do I have your unique approach? Are you giving them the results? Are you sharing with them the struggles? Like all the 12 points that I shared, and score yourself, right? 1 to 10. 1 is like, man, I'm missing on many of these points, or 10 is it's excellent. I'm covering all 10 of these, and the polling questions are there. And I'm going to bring up the checklist so you guys can have it in front of you as you score yourself.
All right. I don't know if our attendees will be able to see the checklist while the poll is launched, but it is in the handout. If anyone wants to look at that while the polling question is live, it is up right now on screen. It'll be open for about 60 seconds. And those votes are coming in. We're about halfway through this second poll.
All right.
We are just about there. I'm going to close down our second poll in 3, 2, and 1. Sharing out the results, 52% of the audience, middle of the pack, score of 5 to 7. Turn it back over to you.
All right. Thanks, Beryl. So 32%, 1 to 4, 52%, 5 to 7. Most of you are saying that your website's kind of average or not hitting all the points. All right. So when we have an effective website, right? When we have a good website that is your number one marketing asset, then let's bring traffic to your website. Online marketing, right? How do we generate online? How do we generate traffic? How do we generate people coming to your website and starting this conversation? 2 main ways for you to know. Number 1 is organic. Second is paid traffic. When we talk about organic, this is all the stuff that can be done to attract traffic. So somebody is typing in organically, they go to Google and say accountant, good accountant near me, or CPA services near me, or CPA that provides CFO services or tax preparation services, right? And your website is ranking on that first page on the top listings. And these are the things that you can do to help you do that. Number 1 is on-site optimization. Like your website, the bones of it, the structure, the stuff internally, the way it's done is that it's allowing it's allowing that type of ranking, right? So it's on-site optimization, it's off-site link building. So getting your URL of your website out in places that are visited a lot and building incoming links to your website. Content marketing, creating content on a regular basis that's relevant to the target market. Social media, YouTube channel, Google My Business, making sure that you've got all the stuff relating, you've got the right profile, everything is checking out right, and so forth, and then citations. So various ways that, from an organic standpoint that you want to do. And I tell folks that this is the first place when it comes to online traffic, is let's get the organic stuff working. Let's get that situated and working for you before you go into paid traffic, right? And paid traffic means paying money for an ad, right? Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads. When people click on it, that's when that's the ad there, and then they're coming to your website, right? So organic and paid traffic. And in my mind, organic is the simplest, best way to do this. Search engine optimization, content marketing, the higher you rank for keywords, the more often your links will rank higher in search engine results pages, increasing your impressions, leading to clicks and conversions. You get more people coming to your website. So the objective is to maximize your impressions. So Google Map listings, local directories, organic websites. Somebody searches, and this is kind of an example, just did a screenshot. Business accounting services, the area where I'm headquartered, Marlborough, New Jersey. Straight Talk CPAs comes right there with is the number one, right? Is the number one place with the highest chance of somebody clicking on that website, on that link, and coming to the website. All right, let's proceed on. Talked about how to attract high value clients, right? The website and then online marketing. Next, we are going to talk about what high value clients expect from their accounting firm. What do they expect? And once we know what they expect and what they want, then we're going to package our services to provide them that. So this is going to be super important. I see a lot of firm owners are missing out on this, right? And they bring in clients that are not the right ones, and then they are getting them into services that are a la carte. It's the one-off, right? Instead of providing them with a package that's going to make a difference for them. So what do high-value clients struggle with? Here's what they struggle with right here. Yeah, you guys see that? I want everyone to be paying attention to this because it is super important. Do you struggle with, right on the website, if you remember the struggles, we had the struggle. Do you struggle with paying too much in taxes, stagnant profits, feeling overworked and underpaid? You can read all the bullets there, right? Most of your business owner clients, prospects, are struggling with these things. And as a provider, a CPA firm provider, you want to offer them the full solution, full being in quotes. You don't want to give them a partial solution. You want to give them the full solution that helps them with all their problems, all their struggles. Yeah, we don't just say, I'm just going to give you this, right? Even though you're suffering and you're challenged and you're struggling with all these things, I'm just going to do this for you. No, let's understand what are their struggles, and then let's give them a solution that helps them with all their problems. Yeah, and so we offer them the full solution. So for high value clients, the full solution is a service package, and a service package is here, just quoting you from my own firm. I feel that's kind of, I'm doing this, right? And I'm, using these packages and signing up clients every week. So signature package, premium package, executive package, right? Typical client revenue size, 300 to $1 million, 1 million to 5 million, and then 5 million to 25 million in revenues, and so forth, right? So that's kind of the top part. And then this is what they get. Financial statements, scheduled meetings, online support, financial performance and management reports, tax planning, and so forth. Average fee, 150 a week, 300 a week, and executive package. So, so the package helps the clients with all their struggles, right? Giving them real-time financial data, my unique sauce, my unique approach. So giving them that, right? And that's through financial statements and performance reports. It is giving them forward-looking advice through scheduled meetings and tax planning projections, right? Giving them advice that's going to help them, and then having a total client focus. So this is what the packages do, is it helps them alleviate, I'm going to go to the previous slide, it helps them alleviate their struggles. So we have the client, the prospect having these struggles. We create a service package that helps them alleviate these struggles. And when we do that, we're making a difference for the clients. The client's like, oh, wow, this is working. I see. This is this is good for me, for them. It's me making a difference for them, right? And when we're doing that, we're giving them the right value. This is what they want, and we're signing them up into our service packages. Signature, 150 a week times 52 weeks. You can see the fees per package, and the average is 15,000. You're going to sign up. Most of the clients are probably going to come up in the signature package. There's going to be some in the premium. Every so often you'll have an executive. Average fee is 15,000. That's how I got to the $1 million. Is 67 business clients paying an average fee of 15,000 gets you to the $1 million. And in the example I shared with you, the case study earlier on, if you remember, John, you went into tripling his net income. And he already had an existing practice, and he had already had a few hundred clients already in his practice. We started making changes, and adding in the new clients started being more intentional and more strategic in bringing in those high value clients. And he signed up 22 high value clients at an average fee of 12,500. First year for him, learning the ropes and all that will get him higher, but 12,500 was the average fees for per year for the 22 clients that he signed up. He changed the financial dynamics. Folks, this will change the financial dynamics. It'll change the growth trajectory of your practice in a big way. I saw that in my own firm many years back, and then I've been continuing to use it in my own firm and gotten better and better and better at it, but then also sharing it with others. And when I've seen firms implement this in their firm, it's been significant. All right, build out service packages. So the way I showed you the signature premium executive service packages. Yeah, list out your compliance services, add advisory components to that, right? You don't need to get into like super advisory stuff. It's like you've got a solid core foundation, which is your compliance services. Let's add some advisory components to it. And you can call them whatever you want. You can do it as frequent as you want. It's your firm, it's your choice, right? You can call them CFO calls, you can call them financial and tax stewardship calls, incorporate that within, throughout the year. And then year-end tax planning stuff. You can do that once a year, twice a year. You can have a planning session in the beginning of the year. You can devise it. That's the beauty about it, right? You can create these service packages the way that fit your lifestyle as well, but you're providing great benefits to your prospect. Give your service packages a name, call it a small, medium, large version. Decide on the fees for each one. Maybe it's $100 a week for you, or 150, 200, and so forth. And you go from being transactional, providing a service that's very transactional, to becoming very advisory, have Zoom meetings, and so forth. All right, decide on the period, weekly, and then the payment mechanism, and that's that's how you're bringing in clients for that. All right, we've got a polling question, and I will take a look at any questions that have come in as well during this time. Please use the questions pane as well, folks. Type in your questions.
Great. That polling question is launched in live. This is polling question 3 of 4. Thank you so much for voting in. We'll be able to close this poll down momentarily. And closing poll number 3 in 3, 2, and 1. Top 2 answer choices, 43% saying less than 3,000 per year, and 28% saying 3,000 to 5,000 per year. Back to you.
Awesome, great, thank you. Yeah, lots of opportunity, folks. And thanks for being so honest and candid with your responses, and appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, you see for yourself how much there's such an opportunity, and That's why I love the accounting business. Monthly recurring revenues. It's a subscription model. Other industries are dying for that. Law firms, they would die for this monthly recurring revenues, or medical, the medical field, where you've got a client and the client is paying you a monthly recurring fees. Bring in a client at $12,000, whatever, $9,000 a year, $15,000 a year, and you got a client that's paying you a good sum of money, right? That's why I love this business, our industry, and then we are making a difference for our clients as well, right? I mean, we are the best folks. We're closest to the books. We're closest to the numbers. And if we do this right and we work our firm like a business, we can not only generate a nice revenues, nice profits, nice cash flow for our families, for ourselves, but we can make a big difference for our business clients as well. A couple of questions have come in. Aviva saying, how often do you update your website? About once a year is what we do for our CPM members. Once a year, because things change. We need to be right there. I mean, the Google stuff changes a lot. So that's continually happening in the background. But really from a messaging standpoint, the tweaks, the blogs are happening every week. Social media is happening every week, and so forth. Demetrius, if I can ask you to rephrase your question, I'm not getting exactly what you're asking. So if you can come back again with a question that will help me understand what you're asking there, that'd be good. All right. So are you guys like, what's been, I guess I can come back to, I'll come to you guys with like, what's been the one thing you've captured so far? What's the one thing that stood out for you? What's your one big aha so far? Or two? Yeah, take a moment and share that. What's been most impactful for you? And then we'll kind of move on to the how to meet with a prospect and convert them into a high value client. So very quickly, want to just kind of get a reading on from the room. What are you getting from this so far? Biggest key takeaway, something that you're like, wow, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Something that's made you think. Sometimes it can be a direction change, like, wow, I've been not doing it this way. I want to kind of move towards that. I want to pivot things this way. So what is that for you? And I'm going to quickly share the feedback that's coming, because I feel it's instructive to kind of learn together, right? We can have our own thoughts, but it's also cool to hear what other folks are thinking. So here they are. I'll quickly read 5 or so. Michael says, emphasis on the website. Tom saying, only take 67 good clients is good to know. Great. Shraddha saying, I found the advice really practical. That's awesome. John saying, need to develop menu matrix of service levels. Yes. Patrick, website tidbits. Awesome. Rubella saying, new consideration about new leads. Maya saying, very informative. Cool. Keep it on. Keep it coming, guys. Love the interaction here. What's been the 2 things that you've got so far from this session? All right, let's continue on with the 7-step client conversion system that converts new leads to high clients without feeling salesy. Don't want to feel salesy. Don't want to feel like a used car salesperson. So there's 7 steps, folks. I've used this hundreds of times. It works amazingly well, and it just creates a win-win. The prospect gets heard, and they move to the next step of working with you or not. This is really a fit. It's not, the goal is not to sign up every client. The goal is to sign up high-value clients, and this is what enables us to do that. And how we sign someone up will determine the relationship, the quality of the relationship we have. We don't have to push them. We get them to see each step. So here are the 7 steps. I'm going to quickly walk you through them, and then I want to spend some time with the most important step, I feel. So build initial rapport Yeah, chit chat, initial 30 seconds, a minute, don't take too long. Mistake, and I'll share also the mistake I see firm owners make. They spend too much time on building initial rapport. Prospects there for a reason. You're there for a reason. It's to help them move along. It's to help them solve their problems. So build initial rapport, but you don't need to spend more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes on that. Number two is learn more about them. The next few slides I'll go to, I will dive deeper into learn more about them because there is a system, there is a method that I use, and we'll talk about that. Number three is present your solutions. I'm going to just give you the high level first. So once you know what their problem is with number two, what they want, what they need, then number three, and only then after you've done number two really well, is you proceed to number three. If number two is not done well, you will present your solution, your service packages, and you will get a blank stare, or you will get objections and so forth. So number two has to be done well, so that number three is the person's receptive to it. Number four is review your services agreement. Number five, handle any objections or concerns. And usually there may be one or two at most. If you've done number two well, there shouldn't be much in objections. Number six, make them feel comfortable about making the change to you, your firm, and then establishing an onboarding process is number seven. So 7 steps, folks, in converting a prospect into a client. All right, as I said, we'll spend some time on number two. Step two, learn more about them, and I use the SPIN method. SPIN method is 4 types of questions within it. Situation questions, problem questions, implication questions, and need payoff questions, right? In that order, right? Situation questions are you establishing background facts. What's your legal structure? How long have you been in business? How many clients, customers, patients do you serve? What do you provide there? What types of services do you provide? What's the average price? What's your revenues this year? What was it last year? Like just kind of establishing asking a lot of, going wide and gathering a lot of information. And it needs to be done in a quick way, because the prospect is just getting you up to speed. The mistake is spending all the time that I see people do. Most of the time is spent with the situation questions. Yeah, now we know everything about the client. There's no time left to go into problem, implication, and need payoff. And that's really where it all happens. Problem questions is explore problems, difficulties, and dissatisfactions. What's their current relationship? How often are they getting financial statements? When was their legal structure last reviewed? Are they getting tax planning help? Are they getting business advisory help? How are their profits? What's the trajectory with the profits, with the revenues, with the business value, and so forth? So just kind of finding a lot of stuff out in terms of what's keeping them up at night, and how is their current accountant helping them? Where are the holes? What are the gaps? So we explore problems, difficulties, and dissatisfactions, and then we get into implication questions, is making the implied needs larger and more urgent. So because their profit is stagnant, because they're not growing, and their accountant is just not giving them financial statements or not giving them the help with address it, what does it mean? How is it affecting the business? How is it affecting them as a business owner? And so we really need to then go deeper so that we understand and we help the prospect understand how is this affecting them, right? So problem and implication questions are the most important. Those 2 things are the most important things in this learning about in the SPIN method. And the need payoff is we encourage, now it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Now we start focusing in on solutions. If you had an accountant that was working with you, giving you financial data, talking to you about what this financial data means, and helps you to get your profits higher every quarter, what does that do for you? And the business owner is like, wow, that would be so good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Is I need somebody who can, and they'll tell you what you're looking for. And that is your gateway to your services agreement, to your package rather, right? So we thank the prospect for sharing, being candid with us, with sharing everything, and say, if you'd like, we can talk about how we work with business owners and the difference we make for them. Would that be okay? And the prospect is going to say yes. That'd be great, right? And you're now talking about your services package, importantly, in light of what they shared with you, in light of their problems and their and the implied needs. So you're connecting everything in your services package to what they shared with you, right? They want to increase profits. That's what your CFO calls are. They want to pay less taxes. That's what your tax planning sessions are for. They want to retire 5 years from now or 10 years from now. They want to sell their business. You've got something in your services agreement that is being covered. You've got that in your, within your offering, that you're helping your business client, your new business client, with that, right? And that, folks, is the power of the SPIN method when it comes to uncovering. I call it uncovering the $100,000 problem, not uncovering the prospect's $10,000 problem. $10,000 problem is compliance. Yeah, I need somebody who can do my taxes. I need somebody who can give me financial statements. That's the $10,000 problem. But we got to go deeper using the SPIN method to uncover the $100,000 problem, because the solution is going to be more comprehensive. It's going to be more holistic. It's going to be your services package, because that is what they need. They need your services package to help them. Otherwise, we're doing a disservice to them. We're giving them a part solution. We didn't take the time to really understand what their problems are, what their needs are, what their dissatisfactions are. And only then is we can give them the solution that will make sense to them. And they'll say, yeah, this is what I need. What do I need to do? This is what it is. It's $150 a week or $200 a week. This is the next steps, right? It gets into, you kind of go there. All right. So I kind of shared with you all the different types of questions: situation questions, problem questions, implication questions. Each one of these we have created. There's like a whole bunch of questions, right? In the sales outline, the templates that we have, that we use in-house, the scripts that we have that we use in-house. And so this is what it is, folks. The SPIN method, the 4 types of questions, and then develop questions within each thing that helps you, so that you don't want to be thinking about it, right? So when you're sitting in front of a prospect, you don't want to be thinking, now what should I ask him? If it's right there, it makes your process much easier. You're just looking at the questions. Yeah, this one's relevant. Let me ask that. So here's a quick opportunity for folks. I've never done this, but I was excited about today's training, and I said, who would like a copy with all the questions of the SPIN method? If you would, if that's you, you'd like a free copy, send an email to my teammate edner@cpamarketinggenius.com and type the word SPIN, and we'll get this out to you. All right, moving on. 5-star Google reviews and referrals. How to get them? How to get 5-star Google reviews and referrals? Get them by asking for them in a consistent way. So here's an email that I sent recently to one of my clients. His name is Ian. He's in the healthcare space. And I said, hey, Ian, hope you're well. My team shares with me that you're a delight to work with. Thanks for being such a great client. I hope your experience with my firm has been positive as well. If you don't mind, can I ask you to post a Google review? Here's the link. So simple email with the right subject line, your experience with Straight Talk CPAs, and Ian goes to Google and gives a review. That's how simple this process can be, right? Is just sending out an email to your clients and asking them for the review. And this is actually Edner, the person, that email that I gave you. I asked him yesterday as I was putting this together, this PowerPoint, like, can you get a capture of a screen capture? So, he just took a picture of Google reviews and the reviews that have come in, because that really helps you from a Google My Business listing standpoint, from a search engine optimization. It really favors you that your website comes up higher when you've got these, you've got the reviews, your clients posting the reviews. So it really helps you and it gives you social proof. And then when you've got, reviews like this, they automatically get fed to the website, to the homepage of my website. So they're all appearing there as well. This is in addition to the kind of the reviews or the testimonials some clients gave that I shared with you earlier on when I was doing the 12-point checklist. So in addition to that, there's a section there where it's, these reviews are automatically getting fed in the website on the homepage. So it's being kept fresh and that. All right. So here's what we covered in today's presentation. And we've got a few minutes. I want to do a couple of things. I think there's a polling question still we have to cover. We need to do that. Any questions that you have, please type them in. I'll do my best to cover them in the next few minutes. So here's the next polling question, and then I also want to talk about referring my books. Two copies of my books.
Yep, I just want to let everyone know I've launched that fourth and final poll. I'll leave it open for about 60 seconds if you want to keep sharing in the background.
Awesome, great, cool. Yeah, so the polling question is, I'd like to create a practice flow system. If it's yes, it's yes. If it's no, it's no. But most of you are saying yes. But yeah, kind of, where are you at? If you'd like to, are you looking to grow? Are you looking to make things, sorry, back here, I'm ready for more and better is yes. If you want to keep struggling, that's a no. I hope you're in the yes, because that's where it's exciting, right? To want to grow and that. So I'll continue, sharing. Creating a practice flow firm strategy session. So this is an invitation if you'd like to meet with me one-on-one to talk about your business. And here's where, we'll be raffling 2 copies of my books. All the people that come in for, book a call will be raffling out of those will raffle 2 copies of my book, The $1 Million CPA Firm. And we're going to put the link as well in the questions pane or the chat pane. So you can just simply click and schedule if you'd like to do that. And here's what the one-on-one session with me is. We'll talk about what the next 12, what your vision is for the next 12 months. What would a great 12 months look like for you? Talk about what's working, what's your current reality, what's working, what is not, obstacles, what's getting in your way, what's missing, what's slowing you down. We'll talk about that. And then we'll put an action plan together, 3 steps to get you quickly what you want. And you'll leave that session feeling confident, excited about your practice. And some of you will, I do this session, some of you would say, Salim, can you help me implement this? Can we, work together? What does that look like? We schedule another meeting to talk about that. If you're, at the end of that first session here, you say, yeah, this was great, you don't want to do that, and that's fine as well, right? This is just to help you out with the initial session. And if you feel you want to move on, we talk about what that looks like, right? So that's what that is. And I think the link is here. Cool. So we've got 2 minutes while you guys are kind of doing all that stuff. Yeah, so I'm getting requests here on the spin method. I gave you guys an email address. So if you can send an email to Edner@CPA Marketing Genius, if you want the spin PDF, we'll get that to you. And yeah, absolutely. Alina asking, what should we do for liability insurance? I think talk to an insurance person is what you should do. And, really speak to an expert in your local area and really on a good opportunity to build a relationship with the local person or local professional. But I'd go there, talk to a property and casualty insurance person. Overall, generally, it's something that, it protects you. So you want to consider it for sure. But I don't know your particular situation, Alina. So I said, I don't want to misguide you. Talk to a professional in your local area. Beryl, we're on the hour, so I want to be respectful for everyone's time.
Great. Well, Salim, thank you so much. We appreciate having you on CPA Academy as always. Lots of great engagement and interaction today, and we'll be sending over a full report for you to answer any additional questions that have come in. And with that, we have come to the conclusion of today's webinar. We here at CPA Academy will process your credit later today. That, along with a copy of this webinar and your handouts, will be available in your CPA Academy accounts within 24 hours. Please do check the schedule on our website for additional information, and we do hope to see you again on a future webinar. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Beryl.